Let's look again at the group playing Beethoven Opus 1, Number 1. As you may recall, they started their rehearsal by playing the first measure and then broke into an animated discussion about how short the first chord should be.
Is it
short?
You know, that's interesting.
Too short.
Yeah.
It should be long, but
Okay.
all right.
With this much controversy at the beginning of their meeting, how can we hope to get this group together? Let's see what happened in the coaching.
In order to bring this piece to life, it's very helpful to characterize it, okay? And what I mean by that is to think of what's happening here. Big crashing chord, and then ba 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 ba, and then you bum 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 ba 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 ba. Okay, but I think of this as you're starting the piece, and the piano says, "I'll play it by myself." What did she do? I'm going to play myself. Oh no, please. So the two of you are commenting on this. And later, in measure 13, you finally all get together and sort of start the piece as one would imagine it would start. So let's see if that will help you, and let's see what happens to the music if you do that.
Even in this brief excerpt, you can see how the abstract difficulties and differences have melted through a common scenario that gave life and purpose to the music. The quarter note at the beginning had the sound of Beethoven landing on the world stage, slightly broad. And then the piano took off on her own with somewhat short, mischievous eighth notes, to which the strings replied in brushstrokes that were slightly off the string with surprise and consternation. We could have arrived at something similar by a purely technical discussion about what part of the bow, how much off the string, etc. But it still might have lacked the cohesive, subtle interpretation we arrived at within moments of conceiving this characterization. Now let's look at the beginning of the slow movement of this same piano trio. This adagio in 3/4 time is so slow, it almost sounds like a largo with 6 very slow beats per measure. What can give this music direction?
How do you feel about the tempo of this movement? Tempo is so important. How does it feel to you?
It feels pretty good.
How do you feel, Jerome?
It's slow for me.
Slow for you.
Maybe not slow, but not leading anywhere. A little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. I hear it in
breathless.
6.
Yeah.
I hear it in 6 a lot,
Okay.
and it's an adagio in 3. It's very important to look at these clues that the composer leaves us. And if you were to think of some words that might go with this, that would possibly help to get the tempo in mind.
I'm
So-
with you so. I mean, that's what it is. It's so.
What are the words
I
you're
love you so.
so very much, my dear?
When the strings finally come in, they have to deal with rests and silence. Strangely enough, this can be harder for musicians to cope with than sound itself. Let's actually count these measures.
1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1.
You can hear that in the third beat, the silence is not long enough and the measure is shortened and unbalanced. But rather than mechanically counting the measure, we can try to find language and context that will provide the players with a human, communicative rationale for why the silence is there.
When the
strings come in. It's a very difficult and very famous place because all of a sudden nothing is happening.
There's nothing there. Yes.
Right. So, and it doesn't sound like an opera anymore, does it?
No.
So you two people who were commenting in the first movement, you know, I'm playing by myself. What? You know, you were sort of, again, you're commenting on something that she's doing. What are you saying?
Oh, look, dear,
Uh-huh.
my dear, we are playing too.
Okay, very nice. But look here. But then when you do that, you're going to, instead of counting, da, 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 you're done. But look here, my dear, we'll come into, you will have, the timing will be perfect.
So let's have it from the beginning. And I think that this will, it may fall a little bit easier. Okay, let's try that again.
A little faster.
Well,
right? I mean, according
it's-
to.
Well, I think that these words are already coming a little faster. Instead of it being abstract, da 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 da, and so I'll sing to you from my heart of hearts. So just take it from the heart.
Okay.
Sing from your heart, and this is a beautiful opera. Beautiful tempo. And don't get any louder. It's all piano. It's very simple. Beautiful. Now wait. That's what she said. And now